Hey everyone, it's Chris here with PSM Stores, and we're looking at Passing Time right now, a PlayStation mobile game from Honeyslug, Razor Sharp Studios, and Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. It came out back in May, but we have a review on the website now, so I thought I'd capture a little video here to show you some more of the game, as sometimes screenshots can't really do justice to sort of these like PlayStation mobile sort of games. So when you're first dropped into the game, you're set into the passing mode, which is what the game's name is from. In this mode, you're just trying to pass in a circle as many times as possible, and sometimes you get power-ups, like right here I have this flaming ball. The number of players that are in the circle varies when you're doing these challenge mode settings, which I'll show you in a second here. But for now, it's just this simple, it's like 8-person or 7-person square. So you can see whenever the opposing team touches the ball, it's game over, and from there, you try to get a high score, and you can earn stars for your team, which I'll show you in a second as well too. So the main part of the game is a challenge mode. There's 4 different leagues. Each of them has 10 different things in it, and you're graded on 3 levels for each of these challenges. So let's actually just back up here and try one I haven't done yet. So passing bomb ball. So you have to make 38 passes before the ball explodes to get a bronze trophy. So let's try that. And these things change. Sometimes there's like a slow ball. Sometimes there's a fast ball. Or, sorry, the fireball, which you saw already. The game's controls seem to work well for this mode in particular, as you're just passing in a circle and you tap the player you want to get it. You tap to where you want them to pass it to. Let's see. Did I get a gold there? No, I didn't. Let's try one more time. So I have to get. I was 2 away from getting it there. So you can pass this very quickly, or you can go back and forth between players pretty quickly if you want to get like a lot of passes in really quickly. I said quickly like 5 times there. Sorry if I sound a little stuffed up. I'm kind of sick, which kind of stinks because I'm about to go to E3, and hopefully I don't get sick there again too. But yeah, to get a bunch of passes, I usually just do that passing back and forth between 2 players. You have to kind of watch it here once they actually get all these guys in here, because it gets pretty tough on where you can actually shoot the ball to. There we go, got the gold trophy. So doing that, I got stars that I can add to my team, which is used for when you're playing the other challenge modes here, like corners, for example. In corners, it's a set play. I think in this one I have to pass to everybody on my team before I can shoot it and score the goal, so like that. You're trying to do this as many times as possible in 60 seconds, so it does get pretty tough every once in a while because of how the setting, like how the players are laid out to begin with. It's almost like a chess sort of thing, trying to figure out where you can play the ball to make it so that you can score a goal. There's a lot of thought that has to go into these plays, and let's try an easier one so I can show you what it looks like more. So here's the beginning one. This one you don't have to pass to everyone, you can just pass it around until you get a good shot. One thing that I don't really like, I think we mentioned in the review as well, is that sometimes the controls can get a little mixed up, as you'll try to pass it and it'll shoot the goal, or you'll try to shoot it and it'll pass to a player instead of shooting the goal. I don't really know how they can fix that, as the game is touch only. It doesn't use the controller at all. But it does sort of bring a drawback to this mode in particular, as well as like when you're playing just the league play games, which is like a straight up soccer game like Goal or any of those older 8-bit sort of titles. So let's try this again. The goalie stopped it. But yeah, in these modes you have 60 seconds to score as many times as possible. It does get really tough. Like, you have to know what you're doing to get the gold medals in these, and I haven't done it yet, so. And I think I'm pretty good at the game. But yeah, so while you're doing these challenges, you're gaining all sorts of stars to add to your team, because you can upgrade your team in numerous ways, as in control and in power. So whenever you play a league play game, you'll have like a superstar team pretty much that can pretty much take on any team in the game. While playing league play, I haven't had much of a challenge with the AI. I think in our review we mentioned that it does pose some challenge, but I never really had much issue, which is kind of a letdown, as it's very easy to get up to 13 goals on team. I think you'll see my goal differential right now, but I'll show you the team I'm building right now. So I have PSN stores. It's got all editors here. We're all pretty maxed out except for my bottom row here. I'm working on getting these guys up. Once you do get all the stars on your team, you can pretty much terrorize. So you can customize these teams. Like I changed the name, I changed the kit color, so you can see there's a bunch of different colors you can select for your team. You can also change your name. There's some stats here on the bottom that scroll. You can also change the head on your players. So if you want to make it distinguishable on who's who on your team, try to make it so you have one of each, so you can pretty much tell who has the ball at all times. So let's get into a league game here. You have 2 minutes in these league matches. It's basically like just any old school soccer games. You can see I'm dominating here. I have 47 goal differential. I haven't lost a game yet. So I'm playing Brazil now. So hopefully they pose a challenge. We'll see though. So when you're playing this mode, you have limited control over your character. You can drag them once you tap on them to make them run in a line. So you can set up plays sort of that way. It still has the same controls as before, where tapping passes and shoots. You can also slide tackle or steal the ball from the players based on, well, I guess there's like a meter that builds up around them. Whenever that meter turns red, you'll do a slide tackle, or you can initiate just by tapping them and they will automatically slide tackle. So I stole that ball. Look at, there's no offsides or anything like that, so it's not like a hardcore soccer simulation thing. It's more like your old school NES games like Goal. And I know I could run the score up on those games all the time too, so it's not something terrible that you can score like 20 goals in a game, but it just doesn't offer much of a challenge. I wish that the game sort of ramped up in difficulty a little bit. Although I haven't really played much with a default team, not like my superstar, all starred out members, so maybe that's what's causing it, but you'd think that the game would want to make it at least a little bit challenging. Because I can pretty much just have my way with this goalie. Every time I shoot it, it pretty much goes in. And the defense runs the same plays every time, so you know what... Oh, I missed. So you know what way they're going to run. So you can pretty much always intercept it. So we're up 6-0 on Brazil right here. Or I think it's 6-0 as they say in the footy world. Let's get another goal here. I did have this one really sweet shot from like half court at the end of a half one time that I was pretty proud of. And like the goalie was like frozen in midair trying to jump it as the time ran out. Oh, that reminds me, while playing like the corners mode and stuff like that, it does kind of irritate me that the clock is constantly running. I know that it's like a soccer thing where the clock always runs, but it seems like it draws like 2 seconds out from every time after you score a goal. So if you're trying to get like the high score, which is like 12 or something to get a gold medal, it's really hard to do that when the timer is running, even though you can't really do anything about it. Go, go, go. See, I'm just dodging around him. Oh, that would have been a sweet goal. But this game is $2.50 on the US store, 250 yen on the Japanese store, and I believe it is $1.79. Or so not £1.79. I'll double check that though. Check the review though. We have the correct pricing in there. This is just off the top of my head, trying to remember what is what. But if you're definitely looking for like just a pick up and play game that you can do a couple challenges here and there for a couple minutes and then find something else. So this game is really good at that, especially the challenge mode with the multiple difficulty tiers and stuff like that. But if you're trying to find like a simulation, like go-to soccer game to play, this isn't that. Although it doesn't seem to be too bad. Like the goalie's actually stopping me now after I got 7 goals up on them. So yeah, check our review out. It's on psnstores.com. You can also find live streams. We do all that sort of stuff. Yeah, if I mentioned before, this is by Honeyslug. They're the guys that made Frobisher Says on Vita, as well as Cahoots on Minis. And what else do they do? They have Hohokam coming out for PS4, PS3, and Vita later. I think in 2014. But these guys have really good like art style, and you can tell in this game too, just how it looks. I mean, even though it's like sort of like old school graphics, you can still tell what's going on at all times. There's also like little marks that come up above people's heads whenever I was in the corners kick mode. Like there'll be like, I can show you a mark here. You can mark players, like if you want, you just take one of your players and drag to them. Like, let me pass up the ball here. If I can try. Alright, you see how he has like a little dot above his head? That means he's marked. And my guy will follow him on the map. Oh, I didn't see the time running out. But yeah, this is Passing Time. It's out now on PlayStation Mobile. Pretty much all the regional stores, I think. It's pretty good fun. Especially the other modes in the game, not this league mode. So yeah, thanks for watching.